think what's unique about learning at Mac Middle is connection, but in so many ways, like our connections with the students, students' connection to their work. And what it allows them to do is it provides a space where that they can really learn who they are through challenge and going out into the world and doing real work. So I think we take the middle school standards, we amp them up, and we make them actionable in the community. And so students can go out and really experience what it is to learn. And so along the way, they're not just doing a high level of content, but they're building up this agency and this tools and a understanding of who they are and the world in which they live in and how they connect to it. Partnership in learning is huge for us. Our relationship with our students allows us to push them to a high level, but also for them to push themselves. And so for them, they really need to know where they're at, where they're going, and how to get there. And so we share the standards with them, but we go above and beyond that, and we allow them tools for self-assessment as well as formal assessment. So that can look in so many different ways. How do they take a quiz or a test on the content? How can they transfer this content to like our real world projects? So assessment comes a lot from our relationships, but the transparency in learning allows the student to really own their learning and go above and beyond. Voice and choice is huge for us. So we love to start with the students to find out what they're interested in, but at the same time, we are going to push them outside their comfort zones and explore new concepts that they might not even have any exposure to. And so our integrated units really look at something that they are interested, that they voiced, or something that we know is of interest at this age. For instance, culinary science. It kind of looks like just cooking, right? But there's so much that goes into it. So when you look at the next generation science standards, it's like, where does food come from? And where does it go next? So like, how does our body break it down? What is happening inside our body? What is the chemical reactions that happen as we're cooking? But then there's also like this humanities piece, is like, how do we tell stories through food? Where does food come from? How does it represent different cultures? How do we build community through that? And then cooking is so full of middle school math, where we're talking about ratios and scaling recipes up and down, multiplying fractions. There's so much that goes into a unit, and it's really about life, right? In purpose-based education, we want to prepare them for the world. And so I think a lot in those interdisciplinary, we are including math and humanities and science in each part, but it's also about this like human element. And with that, the students thrive.
In middle school, we do a lot of like field trips and going outs, and just we kind of like to, as much as we can, just get out and like explore learning just in different areas. On Friday, we went to a tortilla chip factory, and we got to like see all the people work on the assembly line, and we got to like try different recipes and talk to the guy who created them, which was really cool. It's nice to be able to learn about things and then like actually see them happening in the real world.